Alright, we got the main lower frame cut out, measured up, squared up. Got my corners all held together, and we're square from there to there, and from there to there. We're 33 3/4 inches square. So this is going to be the lower frame, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stick here, cut out the same size pieces, and use this piece once it's welded together as a jig to square that up and set it up. And this will be the top tray, and then back here sitting out of the way we've got the upright. This is going to be the vertical position. So we should end up with a second piece if I measure once and cut twice when I'm cutting out the second tray's pieces. And then I still need to get some wheels. I'm probably going to do some different casters on the front. Those are 4-inch. I'm not overly happy with them, but I'm not disappointed in them either, if that makes sense. And we're probably going to go with those same style of wheelbarrow wheels with the 5/8 axle hole. And yes, I said axle hole. Get your mind out of the gutter. And I've got some more solid bar stock to make another axle. So we're going to work on getting this tacked up and welded up, and then we're going to work on cutting that up and making a second one. And we will be using the Art Captain MiG 200 multi-process. I don't believe we're going to need the plasma cutter on this part just yet. We'll probably use it on that sheet metal to cut out the trays that are going to go inside this opening here. But oh, I still have it on stick welding mode. Anyway, you just hit the mode button here, and now we're at TIG, MIG, spool gun MIG, sorry, MIG with gas, and we're running 0.8 millimeter or 030 wire, and we're running mixed gas. So we'll get this burned up real quick, and we'll show you how it goes. And it's a good idea to make sure your welding helmet's clean so you can see. I got flux on there from practicing stick welding. That's a lot better. So, got each one of the corners tacked in. Well, that's a gnarly one right there. Anyway, all tacked in. Actually, I'm going to touch these two up real quick. That's mo better. So, got that tacked in. What I'm going to do, just because it's probably the smarter thing to do, before I move that, grab a tape measure and check and make sure she's square still, yeah? Three and 3/4. $33 3/4. She's square. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this all welded up, and then we're going to cut that other stick of square tube I got and lay it out just like that on top of there. Make sure it's all the same stuff, and then we'll get that welded up, and that'll wrap up the bottom frame and the top tray. And then I still got to get some casters and wheels for it, but we'll get that going and I'll show you what's next. The nice thing about metal fabrication, at least that I'm learning, is not always is the work you do permanent. I mean, realistically, it's not. You can always cut it and put it back together. You know, usually, from what I understand, as long as it's not a structural piece, like if you're building a bridge or a building, what have you. So, what happened was, these, when I welded them in, pulled in towards each other. The tops came in like that. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to fix it, and then a light bulb went off. I got this trailer that gem is sitting on. Man, she's pretty. Well, these stake pockets are 1.5 inches. So I stuck this down in there, and then I used all of this to take it from this to that, and now it looks pretty damn good. So yeah, just so you know, if you mess up, it's just metal, you can fix it. So I was literally just talking about, you know, if you make a mistake with metal, it's not always a permanent situation, especially when you're just building stuff for around the shop. So earlier when I was recording this, you saw the tray up on top. My plan is to build 2 of these carts, and so that was just a test fit and possibly check out a different design. But that piece that was up top is the same dimension as this bottom piece. So that will still be the bottom piece of another cart. But what I'm going to do is get this top support in slash handle so you can move the cart around type of deal. And then we'll get some measurements from there to there, and we'll make the next tray that length instead of all the way from back there to there. This will still be the same across, just this length will be different. And in case you're wondering or don't care, I'm going to tell you anyway. That piece of Schedule 40 pipe is the same diameter as a gas bottle. So this is going to be a welding cart. So I use that to get my measurements and factor it out. That way I don't have to take the bottle off of there. So just so you know, same diameter. Seriously, this is probably one of the greatest things I've seen and been able to use. Portable bandsaw, Harbor Freight bandsaw, stand, table, whatever. Don't do what I just did and not wear safety glasses. Make sure you wear safety glasses. I always say don't be a dumbass, and there I was being a dumbass. Measured once, cut once. Sometimes you measure once, cut twice. You're supposed to measure twice, cut once. So this is what we got done so far. This is going to be the shelf, the upper shelf. That's obviously the lower frame and the shelf. I got some gussets in there. I need to finish welding this one up. I didn't do anything on that side except a tack. But that shelf's going to go up here somewheres. We'll show you where. And that's the reason I put the gussets down here. That way it'll not pull this way. But I think I'm going to call it a night. I got to be at work at dark 30. So we'll get to working on this some more. And we'll update you on the progress.